Salvete omnes, welcome to this video lesson on chapter 16, capitulum decimum sextum. We're picking up in the third section. Dum ille loquitur, while he is speaking. Loquitur is one of these deponent verbs, looks passive, but it means is talking, not is talked to. While he is speaking, Medus looks at the west, and he sees, vedet, nubes atras, dark clouds, far off, procul, rising above the sea, orire supra mare. Now, literally, if I do this part literally, he sees dark clouds to rise. Orire is an infinitive, far off above the sea. We just don't use an infinitive there in English. Simul, at the same time, mare tranquillum fit. The sea becomes calm, tranquil. Non serenum est caelum. The sky is not clear or serene. He says, inquit, ecce nubes atra, look, dark clouds. Gubernator statim loci desinit. The pilot immediately stops speaking. Et nube spectat, and he looks at the clouds. Tum vela aspiciens, then looking at the sails, vela, he shouts, exclamat, quid malum hocest? What the heck is this? Okay, so malum literally means something like evil or bad. What bad, awful thing is this? Nubes atrae, dark clouds, ab occidente oriuntur, are rising, oriuntur. There's another deponent verb, looks passive, translates active. Yes. Are rising ab occidente, from the west. Et ventus simul cadit, and wind at the same time is falling. Okay. O Neptune, O Neptune, defende nos a tempestate, defend us from the storm. Nauta Neptunum deum maris veretur, the sailor fears Neptune, god of the sea. Cur Neptunum invocas, why are you invoking Neptune? Inquit Medus, says Medus. Prope tranquillum est mare, nearby the sea is calm. Gubernator, the pilot says, ad huc tranquillum est, it's still calm, sed expecta Paulum, but wait a little bit. Simul cum illis nubibus atris, along with those dark clouds, tempestas orire solet, a storm is accustomed to arise. In other words, a storm frequently comes with such things, right? Cum tonitru et fulguribus, along with thunder and lightning. You see fulgur in the picture in the margin. Fulguribus here is an ablative plural, so with thunder and lightning bolts, I might say, fulguribus. Neptunum invoco, I invoke Neptune. Quod ille dominus maris ac tempestatum est, because that one, or he, is the Lord of the sea and of storms. Specifically here, sea storms, right? Nauta perteritus tempestatum munientem operitur. Operitur is another of these deponent verbs, so it looks passive, but it translates just like expectat, a synonym, which means waits for. So the sailor, frightened, perteritus, waits for the coming storm, tempestatum munientem. Palo post, a little bit later, totum caelum atrum fit. The whole sky, fit, becomes dark, atrum. Ac fulgur unum, and one lightning bolt. Et alterum, and another. Tum multa fulgura, then many lightning bolts. Caelum et mare illustrant, light up the sky and the sea. Statim sequitur, tonitrus cum imbre. Immediately there follows thunder, tonitrus, along with rain, cum imbre. Et simul, and at the same time, magnus ventus flare incipit, a great wind begins to blow. All right, flare is the verb to blow there. Mare tempestate turbatur, the sea is disturbed, turbatur, by the storm. Ac navis, and the ship, quae et homines et merces multas vehet, which is carrying both people and many goods or many kinds of merchandise. Fluctibus jactatur, is tossed, is thrown about. Fluctibus, by the waves, ablative case. Et vix gubernare potest, and can scarcely be controlled or piloted. Gubernari with a long I, of course, that's one of those passive infinitives. We get a bunch of them in this story. Nautai multum aquae e nave hauriunt. Now, hauriunt that would normally mean drain. Here you might want to translate it as bail in the sense of bail out a boat or a ship that's full of water. So the sailors bail a lot of water, multum aquae, out of the ship. Sed navis nimis gravis est, but the ship is too heavy. Nimis too gravis heavy. Propter merces, on account of the goods, the merchandise. Okay, so they got too much cargo. Hoc videns gubernator. Seeing this, the pilot says, Jacete merces, throw the goods. Okay, toss the goods, we might say, meaning throw them overboard. And he says this, nautis, to the sailors, dative case, qui statim merces graves in mare jacere incipiunt, who immediately begin, incipiunt, to throw the heavy goods into the sea. Spectante mercatore, with the merchant watching. Now, this is the guy who owns the goods, and you can imagine how he feels. Qui ipse quoque nave vehitur. This describes the merchant who himself, ipse, is carried, vehitur, also, quoque, in the ship. Okay, so there he is, watching all the sailors throw his merchandise overboard, and all the money he has is gone into buying these things. Ille tristis merce suas de nave labi, et in mare mergi videt. He, sad, tristis, sees his goods, his merchandise, merces suas, fall from the ship, labi de nave, and be submerged into the sea. Nemo eum consolator. Nobody consoles him. Now remember, Metis was consoling Lydia earlier in the story because she was sad to leave Rome where she had many girlfriends. But nobody's consoling this poor merchant. Navis Paulo levior fit. The ship becomes a little bit lighter. Levior with the IOR, thus the ending in English, lighter, comparative degree. And the Paulo again is the part that means a little bit. Ship becomes a little bit lighter. Simulvero, but at the same time, tempestas multo turbidior et fluctus multo artiores fiunt. The storm, tempestas, becomes much more turbulent or stormy, turbidior, and the waves, fluctus, become much higher. Metus per tertus exclamat. Frightened Metus exclaims, O Neptune, O Neptune, serva me, save me. Now, serva has nothing to do with servus, slave. It's more related to preserve and conserve in English, which are derivatives of this. Save me, he says to Neptune. Said vox eius, weeks auditor, but his voice, vox eius, is scarcely heard. Weeks is an adverb meaning scarcely or barely. Propter tonatum, on account of the thunder. So that's why you can just barely hear his voice. Navis aqua implere incipit. The ship begins to be filled with water. Nequenim nautai satis multum aquae harire possunt. Nor indeed are the sailors able to drain or to bail out a big enough amount of the water. Satis multum aquae. Ceteris pertritis, were the rest of the people being scared. Lydia caelum intuatur. Lydia looks at the sky, et clamat, and she shouts, Serva nos domine, save us, Lord, save us, Master. Now, you might remember the hidden book that she had, and you might have guessed it is actually a Bible. So we're in the 2nd century A.D., so it could still be a crime to be a Christian. That's why she had the book hidden away, the Bible hidden away. And the Lord she's calling on here is Jesus Christ. Of course, often it's called Lord in English, and the Latin is Dominus. The ancient Greek is Kurios in the ancient Greek New Testament, and the Hebrew version of that is Adonai, and that's usually translated as Lord. So save us, Lord. But of course, the word Dominus to Metis just means master in the sense of a slave owner. So Metis says, Quis est ille Dominus quim tu invocas? Who is that master or Lord whom you are invoking, calling upon? And Lydia says, Es Dominus noster Jesus Christus. It is our Lord Jesus Christ. Okay? Qui non modo hominibus sed etiam ventis et mari imperare potest, who not only is able to command, imperare, human beings, hominibus, but also the ventis, the winds, and the sea, mari. All right, so Meta says, Meus dominus non est ille, that guy is not my master. Now, Metis is done with masters, right? He wants to go back to being a free man. He used to be free, but he got put into slavery due to some money that he owed. We'll learn more about it later. But he doesn't want to go back to that. He doesn't really know about who Jesus Christ is, so he's like, that guy is not my master. He doesn't want a master. And he goes on to say, Ego iam nullius domini servusum. I am now no master's slave, or the slave of no master. Nemo mihi imperare potest. Nobody can order me. Nobody can command me. All right, last page of the story here. All right. Hic magnus fluctus navem pulsat. Here a big wave hits the ship. Will they survive? Medus Lydiam labintem complectitur. Medus hugs or embraces, complectitur, that's another deponent verb. Lydia, as she's falling, labintem. Ac sostenere conatur, and he tries to hold her up, to sustain her. Nequero ipse peribus stare potest. But he is not able to stand himself on his feet. Medus et Lydia simul labuntur. Medus and Lydia together fall, or slip down. Medus surgere conatur. Medus tries, there's that deponent verb again, conatur, to get up, surgere. Nequero se loco moere potest, nor is he able to move himself from the place, loco. Quod Lydia perterita corpus eius complectitur, because Lydia, frightened, is hugging or is holding, tied onto, embracing his body, corpus eius. Lydia iterum magna voce Christum invocat. Lydia again invokes or calls on Christ, magna voce, with a loud voice, a big voice. O Christe, O Christ, iube mare tranquillum fiere, order the sea to become calm, tranquil. Serva nos, Domine, save us, Lord. Medus os aperit, Medus opens his mouth, ac Neptunum iterum invocare vult, and he wants to call upon Neptune again. Sed magnus fluctus os eius aqua implet, but a big wave fills his mouth, os eius, with water, aqua. Medus loqui conatur, Medus tries to speak. There's conatur again, one of these many deponent verbs. Looks passive, but we just say tries, active. Medus tries to speak. Loqui is a deponent infinitive. Neque potest, and he's not able, meaning he's not able to speak. Reason being, of course, his mouth is full of water. Tumero, but then, ventus cadere incipit, the wind begins to fall. Iam fluctus non tante sunt quante Paulo ante. Now the waves are not so big, tanti, as they were a little bit before, quanti Paulo ante. Nautai feci, the tired sailors, aquam harire desinunt, desist draining or bailing out the water, acalaitantes, and being happy, mare iterum tranquillum fiere aspiciunt. And being happy, they look upon the sea, again becoming calm, tranquil. All right, line 150, we finish up. That's the end of section 3. So this chapter, big thing here, the real new thing is these deponent verbs, like fieri, that's actually a semi-deponent. It looks like a passive infinitive because it ends with the I, or loqui up above, to talk or to speak.